Right, here we go. Um, my accessible soundwalk. My proposal for my project. Basically, what it is, I want to do an accessible soundwalk, as the title says. It's basically a soundwalk that anyone of any ability can do, regardless of age, gender, or mobility. Simple as that. Basically, I also want to promote local spaces to local people. I also want to educate people about the spaces they're in and the sounds within them spaces, so they have more of a knowledge of what's around them, what beauty is actually around them. If it's an urban environment, the sounds of cars, buses, trains, or even if it's a rural environment, the sounds of birds, sheep, cows, even the slightest sound coming from a stream. I want people to be able to experience that, and hopefully by doing that, they'll have more love and respect for them places. So they'll learn to protect them places. So when planning permissions come in to build a new housing estate somewhere, people are like, no, that's our field. Why can't we protect it? And they'll sign petitions and all sorts of stuff like that. So basically, just help promote local spaces and give people a voice in them. And obviously, I want to help promote physical and mental health. I mean, during this local pandemic, the amount of people that must be feeling just so down and miserable and stuck indoors. I want to be able to give them a chance to escape, if it's physically by just going doing a sound walk in an accessible space, or if it's virtually by watching my videos. I just want people to be able to get some escapism and just reconnect with something. I'm hoping they reconnect by the physical world, obviously at a safe distance because I don't want anyone to contract COVID, or in the virtual world saying, oh, I like that sound in this track, I like that one. So yeah, basically just able to reconnect. Um, um, the location what I've chose is the Route 68, the National Cycleway between Mickletover and Atwell in Derby, Derbyshire. The reasons I've chose this location is it's close to my home. It's the most accessible location in my local area, regardless of weather. The reason I'm staying local because I don't want to break COVID restrictions and I don't want to fine. Also, it's an area that combines urban and rural environments, so there's a very spectrum of sound within this space. It also is quite a wide space, so it allows me, as a filmmaker and a sound recordist, to keep my distance from people, as well as people to enjoy the space and keep the distance from me. And they can also interact with me if they want, but a safe space. And obviously, I'm partially deaf as well, so I get anxious in spaces I'm not aware of. So it kind of gives me the added comfort knowing I know the space that I'm in, and I know I can avoid bikes, dogs, even sheep if they're coming in my way, and just that added sense of familiarity for me as an artist is definitely needed. Also about the local location, it's an old trainway, so it's steeped in history. When I was going just to investigate the space, I noticed so many monuments like pillars, signal posts, even the houses down there was like the old postmaster's house. And so basically, you can see the remnants of the industrial age when it was down there. The trains that went down there before 1964 was passenger trains. They went from Derby Friegate Station to Stafford in Staffordshire, and also it connected them to the crew train from there, from Atwell. I found this out by researching online on numerous websites, and obviously the Derbyshire government website, the Derby City Council website, the government website for Derby City Council, give people many links to historical sites for this, and it was quite helpful, to be honest. So you kind of get a sense of where you're going has some history, and the history is literally in your eyes. And also, the old railway bridges act as like drones, so when you go inside of them, sounds echo and pulse. It just adds a different dimension to the sound book, so you get more like your experience. And that's going on from that's basically what I'm doing and where I'm doing it. Location, the equipment wise, what I'm using, I'm going to be using. Hopefully, I'm using a Zoom mic, as well as my Samsung Galaxy S9 phone, and a GoPro. But I can mainly see me using my Samsung. I'm going to look online for stands that I can use for my Samsung, because I can get different shots, like a tripod, selfie stand, just different things, so I get different angles and sounds. I'm also going to look for a waterproof case, just in case I hear the sounds of water and I drop my phone in the water. But my main thing that I'm going to be using, well, no, it's not a thing, it's a dog. It's my dog Finley, because I noticed on rehearsing and just investigating the space, because of my deafness, I'm not hearing half the scope of what I should be. So taking Finley with me, when he notices something, it makes me hyper focus on it. So I'm kind of visually doing what he's doing with his ears. So I'm hoping that the Zoom might be able to pick it up, or my phone be able to pick it up, and I can put it into the video production side of things, so the sounds all come off. And then obviously, that's just the core of it, what I want to do. But basically, what I want to do is go into a space that's accessible for everyone to use and do a sound walk. It's as simple as that. I want to do it in 6 videos on its own dedicated channel, where people can go and watch it whenever they want, however they want, on whatever platform they want, if it's on the phone, in the car, or even if it's just sat at home, putting it on the TV, and the self-isolating or the shielding and they can't go outdoors. And it's just some escapism. And my main inspirations for this, they're pretty simple inspirations. They are Hildegard Vesterkamp's Kit's Beats. The main reason this inspired me is because I listened to this piece on a vibration speaker, and it kind of moved me because I like all the different textures. Even though I couldn't hear her speaking all the sounds that was around her, she described them, and I watched it on the audio cue. And when I put my hand on my vibration speaker, I could kind of feel the different textures. As well as, this is a bit of an obscure one, but the Child's TV show Come Outside. I mean, when I was a child, all the different sounds on that TV programme, I don't know if there was edited sounds or added sounds, but it kind of made me feel that I was at the farm. I was in the factory with Linda and Pippin. Just all the different adventures he had on that TV show kind of made me want to go outside and explore as a kid. Leading me to where I am today as a sound engineer. And then obviously there's the World Sound Project that was started by Murray Schaefer. I think it's, I always pronounce this wrong, at Simon Fraser University in Vancouver. Basically, what he did during the 1960s and 70s, because he was worried by the the noise pollution affecting the world soundscape, he went to go and capture sound around the world. There's a picture of him on the website. It's at a churchyard in Scotland where they recorded it. Basically, it started as one thing because he was annoyed with noise pollution, but it grew into something a lot bigger. But the two main inspirations for this, and they're all the personal ones to me, is my love for industrial spaces. I grew up in Lancashire, North England, in an old mill town, and all the mills had issues up there, and I used to walk around them as a kid, and I'd hear birds tweeting like a pigeon. Just the noise of a pigeon going around an old mill was amazing, because just the drones it made, and the effects, and like, just the general mix of nature mixed with industrial kind of fascinates me as a composer. And I just like to go to these spaces, and I want to make these spaces accessible for people of any ability. I mean, and the second one is the most important one to me. I want to be able to show this to my grandma and granddad, who've been shielding since the beginning of lockdown. And I just want my granddad to sit there and go, that's our kid's done that for me now. So the main dedication and inspiration is my granddad. I mean, he's been stuck in his house for the past 9 months. And I think it'd just be nice for him to go for a walk, even though we can't go for a walk. So yeah, that's my proposal. An accessible sound walk. Making spaces accessible for disabled people, virtually or physically. Well, that's alright. Have a nice day, people. Enjoy.